A brand new Toyota Highlander starts at $40,000, and Toyota will sell you one all day long because the margin is excellent and the badge does the marketing for them. What they will not tell you is that there are 3 SUVs you can buy right now for a fraction of that price, with drivetrains just as proven, that will still be running when that new Highlander is on its 3rd set of repairs. Let's get into it. Number 3, the 2005 to 2009 Land Rover LR3 with the 4.4-liter V8. I already know what you are thinking. A Land Rover on a list about reliability. Hear me out, because the reason this vehicle belongs here has nothing to do with the Land Rover badge and everything to do with what is underneath it. The 4.4-liter V8 in the LR3 is not a Land Rover engine. It is a Jaguar AJ V8, a naturally aspirated unit shared across multiple Jaguar and Land Rover platforms that, when maintained correctly, has been documented going well past 200,000 miles without internal failure. The transmission is a ZF 6-speed automatic, one of the most widely used and respected automatic gearbox designs in the industry. ZF supplied this unit to BMW, Aston Martin, and Rolls-Royce. It is not a liability, it is a selling point that most buyers never bother to research. Here is what makes this relevant. A 2007 LR3 HSE in clean condition with 100,000 to 130,000 miles is selling right now for $7,000 to $10,000. When new, this vehicle had an MSRP of $52,000. That is a 4,700-pound body-on-frame SUV with a locking center differential, a terrain response system that rivals anything on the market today, genuine low-range 4-wheel drive, and a 3rd row of seating for under $10,000. The reason the price is this low is simple. People are terrified of Land Rover's reputation for electrical gremlins and air suspension failures, and that fear is not without basis, but it is misapplied. The LR3's air suspension is rear-only, not a full 4-corner system like the Discovery 3 variant sold overseas, and the rear air springs are a known, well-documented maintenance item that costs around $400 to $600 per side to replace. Many owners proactively convert to a standard coil spring setup for approximately $500 total, eliminating the concern entirely. The real threats on these vehicles are neglected differential fluid services and ignored transfer case maintenance. Both of these are cheap to address if you are the one doing it proactively. Both become expensive if a previous owner skipped them for 80,000 miles. When shopping, pull the service history and specifically look for differential and transfer case fluid changes. If the records are missing, budget $300 for fresh fluids across all 3 differentials and the transfer case and do it immediately. Check all 4 corners of the air suspension for proper ride height. An LR3 that sits noticeably lower on one corner has a failing air spring, and that is leverage for negotiating. Test the terrain response dial through all 5 settings. It should click cleanly between modes without hesitation. And run a Carfax. These were popular with buyers who drove them hard off pavement, and miles alone do not tell the full story. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants genuine off-road capability, 3rd row seating, and body-on-frame construction at a price that does not exist anywhere else in the market. Who should skip it? Anyone who is not willing to stay on top of fluid maintenance schedules, and anyone who cannot handle the occasional electrical quirk that comes with any vehicle from this era and this level of complexity. Number 2, the 2008 to 2013 Toyota Sequoia with the 5.7-liter V8. The Highlander gets all the attention. The Sequoia sits forgotten on used car lots with one of the most overbuilt powertrains Toyota has ever installed in a consumer vehicle, and almost nobody is shopping for it. The 3 URFE 5.7-liter V8 that Toyota put into the 2nd-generation Sequoia produces 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque. It is chain-driven, so there is no timing belt to ever replace. It uses dual overhead cams with variable valve timing on both intake and exhaust sides. The block is aluminum with iron cylinder liners designed to shed heat under sustained load. I have personally seen these engines pass compression tests at 300,000 miles with scores that would embarrass a new engine from lesser manufacturers. On owner forums, documented cases of this platform reaching 300,000 to 400,000 miles are not rare. They are common. One Toyota dealership has been reported running a parts delivery vehicle with the related 4.7-liter V8 approaching 600,000 miles. The 5.7-liter is the refinement of that exact engineering philosophy, built beyond what the job requires, then underworked for the life of the vehicle. Now compare that to what Toyota is selling you today. The current Highlander runs a turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder producing 265 horsepower. Toyota dropped it into the Highlander in 2023 and replaced the proven naturally aspirated V6 that buyers trusted for decades. That turbo four-cylinder is newer, less proven, more complex, and carries the inherent risk of any forced induction engine under sustained heat and load. The Sequoia's 5.7-liter has 15 years of real-world documentation behind it. The Highlander's current powertrain does not. A 2010 to 2013 Sequoia SR5 with 100,000 to 130,000 miles is selling right now for $16,000 to $21,000. A brand new base Highlander is $40,000. For less than half the price of that new Highlander, you are getting a body-on-frame Toyota V8 with seating for 8, a 7,400-pound tow rating, and a powertrain with a documented track record that the new Highlander's engine simply cannot match yet. The only issue worth knowing before you buy is the secondary air injection pump. It can fail in cold climates, and it triggers a check engine light. The fix is $400 to $800 depending on the shop. It is an emissions component and has zero effect on drivability or engine longevity. That is the most common complaint on a 300,000-mile capable vehicle. When shopping, check underneath for frame rust. Toyota issued a frame inspection recall on some early Sequoia and Tundra models. Verify any recall work has been completed and look at the frame yourself. If you see scaling or perforation, walk away. Pull the transmission dipstick and confirm the fluid is red or light pink. Dark brown fluid means the previous owner deferred maintenance, and that is the single thing that can kill an otherwise indestructible powertrain. If the vehicle is a platinum trim, test the rear air suspension. Air springs on those models can fail around 150,000 miles at a cost of $800 to $1,200. Stick with the SR5 or Limited if you want to avoid that exposure entirely. Number 1, the 2003 to 2009 Lexus GX 470. This is the one that dealerships genuinely do not want you finding. Not because they are hiding it, but because once you understand what it actually is, the new Highlander sitting next to it on the lot starts looking like a very expensive compromise. The GX 470 is not a luxury dressed-up crossover. It is a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado wearing a Lexus interior, and nobody shopping for used SUVs under $15,000 seems to know that. Underneath the heated leather seats, the Mark Levinson premium audio, and the wood trim is a body-on-frame platform shared with the Toyota 4Runner and the international market Prado. It has full-time four-wheel drive with a locking center differential and a proper low-range transfer case. This is not a button on a dashboard that pretends to be off-road capability. This is the same mechanical architecture that Land Cruiser owners trust to cross continents. The engine is the 2UZFE, a 4.7-liter naturally aspirated V8 with an iron block that Toyota used in the Land Cruiser 100 series. It produces 235 horsepower and runs a timing belt, which is the one scheduled maintenance item to stay current on. Replace it at 90,000-mile intervals, about $800 to $1,200 at a competent shop, and this engine will run past 400,000 miles. That is not marketing language. That is what documented owner cases show repeatedly across multiple continents where these trucks work for a living. The 5-speed automatic paired with this engine is an ISIN unit used across Toyota's truck lineup for over a decade. Smooth, predictable, and virtually indestructible, when you change the fluid every 60,000 miles. A 2005 to 2008 GX 470 with 110,000 to 140,000 miles is selling right now for $10,000 to $15,000. A new Highlander is $40,000. For a quarter of the price, you are getting a vehicle with superior structural integrity, a more proven powertrain, genuine off-road capability the Highlander cannot approach, and a Lexus interior that was built to last rather than built to impress for 36 months and then age poorly. RepairPal gives the GX 470 a 4 out of 5 reliability rating with average annual maintenance costs around $600. That is lower than many compact crossovers, half its size, and dramatically lower than any European luxury competitor in the same price window. The reason it is this cheap is one thing only. Used car buyers see a 2006 Lexus and assume expensive repairs. They are wrong, and that assumption is putting Land Cruiser level trucks in the hands of the buyers who actually do their research. When shopping, confirm the timing belt service history first. If it has not been done and the vehicle is over 90,000 miles, negotiate $1,000 off the price and do it before you drive it home. Check the lower ball joints. They are a known wear item on this platform and cost $400 to $600 for both sides if replacement is needed. If the vehicle has rear air suspension, test it by watching the rear ride height on startup. If it fails to rise and hold, budget $500 per side for air springs or $300 total to convert to standard coil springs, which most owners prefer anyway. And look for a vehicle with Lexus dealer service records. Lexus owners tend to maintain their vehicles better than average, and a full service history on a GX 470 is as close to a guarantee as the used car market offers. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants the closest thing to a Land Cruiser that the used market makes affordable. Families who need space, capability, and the confidence of Toyota engineering without the Toyota badge markup. Buyers who understand that the best long-term investment in a vehicle is not the one with the newest features, but the one with the most proven platform underneath. Who should avoid it? If fuel economy is a priority, the 4.7-liter V8 returns about 15 to 17 miles per gallon on the highway, and that is the real cost of this drivetrain. If you need a third row, the GX 470 is a 5-passenger vehicle, and cargo space behind the second row is modest. And if you are buying purely on appearance and want something that looks current, this is a 15 to 20-year-old truck, and it looks like one. So there they are. 3 SUVs that the market has forgotten and dealerships would rather you never find. The Land Rover LR3 with a Jaguar 5.8 and a ZF transmission, hiding under a badge that scares away everyone who never bothered to look underneath. The Toyota Sequoia with a 5.7-liter V8 that makes the new Highlander's turbocharged 4-cylinder look like a temporary solution to a permanent problem. And the Lexus GX 470, a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado in a tuxedo, sitting on used lots for $15,000, while the dealership next door sells a new Highlander for $40,000 to someone who never knew this existed. You now know better. If this kind of straight talk is saving you money, hit subscribe. I have more videos coming on the vehicles mechanics trust versus the ones manufacturers profit from most. Like if it helped. Drive safe, take care of your vehicle, and it will take care of you. I will see you in the next one.